Hello, I'm TBP and this is mother of all guides on how to become a good engineer. This will be a short series in which I'll do meta-analysis of all guides regarding each profession in Battlefield 6, starting with my favorite, engineer. The idea behind this series is that I will be the test subject for effectiveness of different guides concerning many aspects of the game. First, let me tell you about myself. I'm very poor at playing FPS games. As you can see in my profile, my KDA is around 1.0, and this is after spending many hours in the game. So, as you can tell, I am not a pro at FPS games. I'm rather hopeless, which makes me a perfect test subject. So, for starters, let me show you how my typical match looks like. Right? Let's fucking go. Shit. Okay. Jesus. So, I'm a team player. So, I am going to play the objective. Like so. Of course, the dumbest fuck. Fuck.
I need a fucking medic!
I blame the game for this. The fucking piece of shit. So, anyways. Let's firstly help my team. Don't see shit. Fuck, that wasn't wise. Okay, let's try with the heli. Okay. Have light rockets on us. We'll try help with the beam. We know where they are. Shit. Didn't help. And here it goes. How far away was that? Like 500 meters? How? It's not great. Fucking checkers. Fucking idiot. It's not how you play a tank. Okay, so let's play the fucking objective. Mm. You know, sometimes you just can't do shit. There's too many tanks. I think we go with the heavy warheads on the chopper. These are the anti-air ones. Trying to comprehend. How? One's beneath us. Okay. Shit. And we're 5-10. This is embarrassing, but I think it serves a purpose. Okay, we'll try with jet again. Get the bombs. Now we do have enemy aircraft.
Woo! Yeah!
Okay, there's an enemy jet up. What killed me? I don't fucking know. Okay. We did some damage on this tank, as they say in France. I'm sure. Jesus. This game's like a movie. We're losing, eh?
Okay, we have eyes on an enemy tank in your area.
Jesus. Another fucking tank. 2 tanks! This shit. Fuck. They saw me. A fucking helicopter! What the fuck? Ay, 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 ay. We are cooked, man. We are cooked. This team is doing jack shit. If I'm honest. They are losing everything. Like, I know I'm bad, but at least I'm trying to do something.
Objective control has been regained.
Know what they're doing.
We must recover the mission. Hostiles are close to victory.
I'm hit!
Hey, teammate, could you get me up? Thank you.
I owe you one!
Our troops have neutralized Alpha.
How the fuck? Got me faster with sniper rifle than... And of course it's the head.
Medic!
Well, okay. We died on a medic who was right here. So yeah, that's how it looks. I think I showed you my lack of skill in every area possible, and hopefully we are only going to get better from here. So let's start with some guides. Okay, so let's start with our guide on what's our identity. The best guide which I found on YouTube regarding this topic is this one from ItalianSpartacus. In general, I very like his videos. I think the guy is great and I can honestly recommend his work. For this segment, I will be using primarily this guide, my own experience as engineer, and also common logic. So, we as a class have our amazing repair tool, which is a blowtorch. You use it both to repair your own tank, or you can cosplay as an enemy engineer and try repairing their tank to destroy enemy vehicle if you're out of rockets and mines. Another class perk is SMG proficiency, which allows you to hipfire better than any other class using SMGs, which is really great thing. Firstly, I hated that engineer has SMG proficiency because I thought that using engineer you would like to have a longer range weapon or something that is more, let's say, versatile, like for example assault rifle. But I've come to terms with it, and yes, this proficiency effect is very visible in game, so now I like it very much. And our signature trait is mechanized infantry, which practically makes us tankier against explosive damage, but only when we are near a friendly vehicle that we are actively repairing. In order to have this protection, you need to go near your allied vehicle and repair it for a while. Then you will see green pop-up with this shield and a tank on it, and it will mean that you will take less explosive damage for a certain time. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's useful because oftentimes you will be, as an engineer, sitting beside your friendly tank and repairing it. Apart from that, we have two training paths. Let's start with anti-armor because this is the one you will get by default. In this training path, as you can see, you have 3 unique skills, because the 4th one, the ultimate, is the same in both paths. They are pretty strong actually. Starting with extra rockets. It increases the amount of rockets you can carry by 2. So for example, if we're talking about RPG, normally you can carry only 3, but with this perk you can have up to 5. However, one thing that's important here, this perk either is bugged or doesn't give you those 2 extra rockets at the start of your round of your life, because it only raises the cap. So in general you start with 3 RPG rockets no matter what, and then you have to find a medic pack to cap out on 5 rockets yourself. So yeah, either this description sucks or the skill is bugged. Next up, launcher proficiency. This skill is pretty great. It gives you 15% faster reload times with your launchers, which is crucial when it comes to destroying enemy vehicles, because after first shot you kinda expose your position to the vehicle, so the faster you load the second one, the better. And the third one, devastating impact, which is pretty cool actually. Imagine the scenario when there are 2 tanks fighting and they both have their engineers repairing the tanks. If you shoot at least 1 rocket into the enemy vehicle and you have this perk active, his repair effectiveness will be reduced by 50% for 10 seconds, which is a huge thing, especially given how fast vehicle HP deteriorates in this game. And the thermal overdrive, making our blowtorch more effective by 50% for 10 seconds, which is a trash skill actually. So okay, now let's talk about combat engineer. This is the second training path, which you won't be able to access until you unlock it via a set of class assignments, but I strongly suggest you do this because it's worth it. This training path is great thanks to 2 perks, overheat control and vehicle regeneration. The third one is worst because it lets you repair friendly gadgets to increase their maximum HP, which is pretty useless. But other 2 are pretty great, and they are essential for operating vehicles. First one, overheat control, lets the healed build up on gadgets and vehicle weapons build up 50% slower, so it's pretty great. It especially comes in handy while flying jets. And the last one, vehicle regeneration, which is also great because it makes your vehicle passively regenerating after a while when you occupy it. However, there is a minus to that, because if the vehicle is critically damaged, which means its HP is flashing red, it won't repair it, unfortunately, so you have to repair it above that state. So now it's best to talk about our loadout, which I mentioned before a few times. For this one, the best guides I could find was this one from FPS Tactics and this one from GhostGaming. They are great if you want to check different specifications on different gadgets, and also tips on how to make the most of all of those gadgets as well. So let's look at them. First, for our rocket launchers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. This is the one to start with. Auto-guided launcher, MBT low. I will move up a little to show you how they really work. So, this one, auto-guided launcher, it performs top-down attack. It does practically set amount of damage because it always hits from one angle, which is top-down. In general, every vehicle, every ground vehicle has its stronger side, which is its front, where you deal the least damage with rockets, and the weaker sides, which are both sides and the top, and its weak point, which is the rear of the vehicle. So, MBT only strikes from the top. It does pretty decent damage, but it's not too great. It's good for starters to get a hang of it, but yeah, it's not my ideal launcher. Next up, we have our anti-air launcher, air defense launcher, SLM. This one is used primarily, it's a Stinger. It's primarily used to kill air vehicles, but it can also be used on painted land vehicles as well. It does decent damage, but it doesn't one-hit air vehicles. It does precisely 920 damage. So almost all vehicles have 1000 damage, with the exception for Black Hawk, our transport heli, which has 1200 HP. So yeah, for the full kill you need 2 of them to hit. Next on the list is our Javelin. It's the longest range rocket launcher in the game. It can shoot from pretty far away. Just like the first one, it performs top-down attack and the damage is not so great, and also you can only carry 2 of those rockets. So not great. Aim-guided launcher, aka tow missile launcher. It's pretty good. You can shoot down helis with it pretty consistently, bypassing flares, but the capacity is also, I believe, 2 rockets. I will check that later. So it's good, but it's not too good. And last but not least, unguided rocket launcher, RPG. This is, in my opinion and in popular opinion, the best rocket launcher, the king of rocket launchers, because it's the most versatile tool. In our toolkit you can shoot it no matter the flares, no matter the smoke. You aim it by your own aim and it fires in a straight line with a little bit of drop down. It can one-shot helicopters and jets, and it does critical damage to the rear of the vehicles. So yeah, this is the best rocket launcher you can have. It comes also with 3 rockets on standard. Then with the perk in anti-armor engineer you can cap it at 5 rockets, which is pretty neat. And now let's talk a little bit about the rest of our equipment. Let's get over with the supply crate. This is a useless fucking piece of shit. I don't know why it's there. It's basically a stationary crate which resupplies your tanks, your vehicles, your land vehicles, but it doesn't repair them, so it's a retarded repair station, I guess, which can be and is very routinely driven over by the tanks and destroyed. So it has no use for me, but I don't know, maybe you like it. Let's talk about mines. At the moment we have 3 of them. You have standard AV mine, anti-vehicle mine, which you just put on the ground, and if a tank or another vehicle passes over it or in close proximity to it, it will explode, dealing about 770 damage from underneath the vehicle. In my opinion, this is the best mine we have at the moment, because we have 3 of them at the start, and as a bonus you can pick up enemy anti-vehicle mines and resupply your own stuff. Another mine is acoustic sensory AV mine. This is the only mine that can actually be evaded. You see, if you drive a tank and you trigger this mine, you could either full stop your tank and avoid this mine, or change the course, for example turn right or left, and the mine should miss. Another thing about this mine, which is pretty mind-boggling, it's called acoustic sensor mine, but it has to maintain line of sight, because if it doesn't see the tank, it won't trigger. This was tested multiple times, and also you only have 2 of them at the start, and if you place any more than 3, the first one you placed will be destroyed. So it limits its usefulness, I guess. And the last mine is M4A1 Slam. It does significantly less damage than AV mine. You can have 4 of them, so it's pretty good. There is one neat trick with this mine though. You see, if you place an AV mine or sensory mines, they have a limit. You can't put too many of them in one spot. However, for unknown reason, slams don't care about this limit, so you can pop AV mine and put slam on top of it, which makes a killer mine that only MBT with upgraded armor could survive, so this is a great trick. When putting down mines, you should remember not to put them too obviously on the ground. You should always be creative with your positioning of the mines. Great spots to put AV mines are craters, which were made, for example, after explosions. You could spray paint the mines all black using your blowtorch. Is another great thing I saw on YouTube, and I'm yet to try it out. And you could also try placing them in places which have rocks on the ground or other small things that look similar to mines. You get what I mean. And our final gadget that we're gonna talk about is our AOD bot. There's a video by Sunny Disposition, and I love this guy. He has, I believe, the best video on EOD bot, and I encourage you to check it out. This bot is primarily, I believe, for repairing friendly vehicles, but that's not how you will be using it. Yes, its repair capabilities are greater than your own blowtorch because it repairs, I believe, faster and for longer duration before it overheats. But this little gadget can also drop up to 3 anti-vehicle mines and can shoot some shrapnel to destroy enemy gadgets, enemy mines, and also can stun enemy infantry, damage and even kill them. And the last usage of this bot is its blowtorch, but used as a weapon. You see, because this bot is so small and it emits really little noise to the enemy, it's often overlooked because people are mostly scanning for nearby enemy infantry or vehicles, but don't pay too much attention to this little guy. It's great for flanking, for example, groups of snipers, unsuspecting enemies which are on their ADS looking up. You can just drive by them and pretty much smoke them with the built-in blowtorch before they even know what hit them. You can also ride it underneath a tank and damage it from underneath. It does great damage and it can pretty quickly kill even the MBT. So yeah, this gadget is great. Its greatness is practically improved by one small detail. This bot can be redeployed many times by life. Its usage regenerates over time, so this paired with its ability to put down mines means practically infinite mines. So yes, that's pretty awesome. You can drive those bots a few times in a row and cover an objective totally. So yeah, I think this bot is great, and that's why it earned place in my loadout next to RPG. And I think it's the most versatile loadout there is. Okay, now it is time to put all this knowledge into practice. My strategy for playing engineer begins with this little tip I stumbled upon myself. If you choose one path on the start of the match and make progress on it, unlocking various skills, and then change the training path mid-match, your experience on previous skill tree transfers to new one, granting you respective skills. This detail is amazing for engineers, because it means you don't have to be limited by training path you choose at the game's start to be only anti-vehicle or only vehicle operator. You can be both in one match depending on what is needed and or available at the time. Knowing this was a game changer for me. From now on, if I had an opportunity to pick a vehicle and help my team, I did so and I choose Combat Engineer. And if no vehicles were available at the moment or we were being overwhelmed by enemy tanks, for example, I simply switched to my anti-armor spec and helped my team other way. Utilizing this type of gameplay makes Engineer really valuable for the team. In general, when talking about strategy, we should always take two things into consideration: enemy vehicles and objective control. You should always think about both of them, every time. Don't be this guy sitting in the tank in your own HQ using tow missiles whole game and practically wasting the tank that could be put to better use elsewhere. Of course, skilled tank operators that are good with aiming those tow missiles are at the moment top tier anti-air in the game. However, tanks are infinitely more valuable pushing objectives than simply sniping from the end of the map, which was proven time and time again in games I played. Tanks are great for pushing objectives, giving both heavy armor and strong anti-vehicle and anti-infantry damage potential, but they give also psychological advantage. Yep, that's right. Time and time again, I see my teammates crouching all over the objective, afraid of stepping into the zone. This all changes when you ride face in, guns blasting in your tank. However, be careful there. You see, if you stay too far behind, you'll be useless to your team. But if you go too deep on your own, in a matter of minutes, seconds maybe, you will receive 2 or 3 rockets to the back and it will be over for you. So you need to master this delicate balance of staying just in the right spot while driving a tank. You do this and you will shine in your matches. In fact, in my opinion, tank is by far most forgiving vehicle and pretty rewarding if you get good at it. A situation changes if you pick aircraft, be it jet or helicopter. Then your role changes, and let me explain why. When you're flying a jet, you're no longer pushing an objective. Your priorities change. They look like this. First, you look for enemy aircraft. If there are any up, you absolutely must take them down. If they are down, then you should harass enemy helicopters. If those are down, then you can either target enemy tanks or groups of infantry. This is how jet pilot's priority list should look like, and this is how you help your team the most. This theory is backed by the best pilot in the game at the moment, Silk. I learned this from his video. If on the other hand, you choose to pick heli, then your priorities also change. First, you should take care of enemy helicopters, and then you have freedom to look for either tanks or infantry. Your focus should also not be pushing certain objective, but staying alive, because as long as you're alive, you can keep killing enemy tanks and infantry and helping your team this way. If you choose to play anti-armor engineer, then things get more complicated, and it depends on a few factors. If an enemy team has crushing air superiority, you could pick up Stinger and stationary or mobile anti-air vehicles. If you have decent tank operators, you could help them by repairing the tanks and providing cover from enemy engineers and recons trying to blow them up, at the same time utilizing your devastating impact perk and helping in tank battles. If your team is struggling with enemy tanks and all your tankers are doing jack shit, then you should switch to mine laying and trying to ambush enemy tanks, ideally by performing full flank on tank and delivering 2 RPG rockets up its ass. Playing engineer can be frustrating at times, but when done mindfully and with purpose, it can be incredibly rewarding. I hope those tips helped you. I will be posting my progress in upcoming video. Please tell me if any of my tips were helpful for you down in the comments. See you again soon.